everybody, Biking Sean here. Today I wanted to show you my Hinderer knives and a couple of the gadgets that I picked up related to Hinderer knives. And before I do that, I do want to kind of give a shout out to Instagram. I know you've probably heard a couple other people on YouTube, knife guys, talking about Instagram. You got to check it out. If you have a smartphone, it's a free app and it's pretty cool. You guys are going to see stuff from a lot of the guys here on YouTube, as well as different custom knife makers. It's just pretty cool. There's actually a lot to see there. So that's all. I'm not going to, bring it up anymore. But if you're into it and you have a smartphone, just check out Instagram and look me up. It's Biking Sean there, and you'll find a lot of other people there too as well. So on to the knives. Hinderer knives, as everybody knows, Hinderer knives are one of the most sought after knives out there, basically. They may not be for everybody. I'm not saying that they are, but they do have a reputation for being super high quality, hard use, tactical folding knives, and I'd have to agree with that. I have some experience with these knives now. I've had them for a couple of months, and I really enjoy carrying these knives. They are basically they've basically set a whole new bar for what I expect you can do with a folding knife. The Sebenza is pretty close. Definitely love the Striders also. They're all kind of up there as far as what you can do with a kind of production, semi-production level knife. But this is about the Hinderer knife, so just want to kind of go through these a little bit and tell you about them, tell you my overall impressions, and I'll try to keep it relatively short so you guys can make it through the whole video. Started out with this XM24 with the Battleship Gray scales, and this is a flipper, slicer grind, production Hinderer, all stone wash. I did kind of, pimp this out with some of the Hinderer aftermarket blue standoffs, the titanium standoffs, which are very cool and I think look really good with this color combo. I wanted to score a Hinderer for a while now, but I always kind of held off because I wanted to wait until I could get one from the dealer that I work with a lot, who I knew would give me a fair price on one, or either that or directly from maybe a Hinderer lottery if I was lucky enough to get one there. So it did take me a while, but I did finally get this XM24 back around January, and I just really enjoy it. It's got the S35 VN blade steel, which is holding up pretty well. No problems there. The stonewash finish, and it's just a hefty knife. The titanium frame lock side is about 0.186 inches thick, which is pretty thick, and the blade stock as well is about 0.185. So it's a very beefy folder. Feels great in the hand. Nice size handle on this knife. Good heft, but not too heavy. It's I think it's about 7.5 ounces or so if you're interested in that. It's just a good large size folder. Very smooth, great flipper, and I've really enjoyed this. So that was my my January Hinderer score. In February, Rick Hinderer actually opened up his shop and his ranch there in Shreve, Ohio, to members of his forum, and I guess anybody else that was invited, to come and visit and just kind of talk knives and see the shop. And I was able to score this XM18 3.5 inch flipper with the Spanto grind at that knife get together that Rick had at his shop. It was a really good time. I met a lot of cool people, a lot of people from the USN. I met the Next Archer from YouTube, so that was cool. And I really love carrying this one a little bit more than the XM24, just because it's just the perfect size. A ridiculously smooth flipper, but rock solid. Both of these knives are rock solid. You can really feel like just how there's no budge at all, and that's one of the things that I really like about these knives. When I got the blue standoffs, I did take out the steel standoffs from the XM24, and I kind of heat anodized them this bronze color, which turned out really cool, just kind of as an experiment. They look really good. I'm actually kind of considering doing that with the standoffs on this black XM18. So we'll see if I end up doing that. I'm not sure. It looks good this way, and I do kind of like leaving things stock for the most part, but might have to try out the bronzing on those, and worst case scenario, if it doesn't turn out that well, I can always just get the aftermarket titanium standoffs. Alright, also at the get-together, I picked up this brass Investigator pen. So Rick Hinderer makes a couple of different pens. This one, the smaller version, the Investigator, makes it out of a couple of different materials. There's brass, copper, titanium, I think aluminum or steel, one or the other. But yeah, the brass is really cool. It comes really shiny, and over time it would develop this patina, which is a little bit more muted and has the darker colors. But I kind of sped up that process a little bit by putting this pen in an ammonia vapor for a couple of hours, and I just put it in a sealed container with some ammonia and kind of suspended it over the liquid so that it just got the vapors, and it gave it this really nice darker finish, and then all the grooves here got really dark, and it looks really cool. I don't know if you can pick that up on the camera, but it is cool. Takes the Fisher Space Pen inserts, has a screw top with a nice little pocket clip, and on the other end you've got kind of a little bullet point glass breaker, anything else breaker, very hard and pointy. So you've got that. It's a nice size, good weight. It's a little hefty knife, but pen rather, but I like it, and it works really well. So I like carrying that. Let's see, I also got a little bead here. This is a titanium, flame titanium lanyard bead. No big deal. I'm going to do something with this. I just kind of haven't figured out what yet exactly, but I just think that it looks cool. I like the flamed finish. So I also ended up just picking this up today from Hal's Knife Shop. This is the titanium armorer's tool. So yeah, the Hinderer knives have a proprietary pivot. You kind of need this tool in order to adjust the pivot or take the knife down. On the XM24, that middle pin is a little bit more recessed, so you can actually get to that with a regular flat screwdriver, and that might just be on the XM24s. But with the XM18, you can see that that screw head is almost flush, so you cannot get a screwdriver onto that. And basically that's what this, just fits right in there. I thought it was a good investment to pick this up because I do have a couple of the knives now, and they're not cheap knives. Plus I just think the flame titanium looks really cool. It's just a nice little gadget, kind of like an Atwood tool or something. And Hal's Knife Shop was having a nice kind of sale on these kind of accessories, and I got an extra 10% off. So this was only $156 where they're normally $175, which I know is pricey. That's kind of crazy, but a lot of stuff is like that. Like the Anso carabiners, $150 I think. Atwoods are definitely going to be about that price, a lot of them. So it is what it is, and it's just kind of a cool little gadget. It also came with this patch, which Hal's Knife Shop was nice enough to throw in there for free. So with the discount and throwing in a free patch, that was enough to get me to jump on the deal. So it was pretty cool. So those are my Hinderer knives. I hope that you've enjoyed the video. Definitely leave me a comment. Let me know if you have any questions or any comments about the video. And I'll see you on the next one. Take care.